Standalone superhero games have come a long way from what they used to be to what they are now. What was once just an excuse to tie in extra revenue from the latest big screen hero title success has turned into, well, it's still pretty much the same. It's still an easy way for the companies to basically print some money, but at least we've got better graphics and actual original gameplay now. Back then, with these superhero games, it was basically just, here's a 3D run of the Incredible Hulk in a barren open sandbox. Go make fun. Now, thanks to technology and more creative people behind the scenes, superhero titles have so much potential and are often always looked forward to just because of the height that games like, Spider-Man PS4 or the Guardians of the Galaxy game have reached. Right now, it's a great time to be a superhero and a video game fan, no doubt, because we're finally entering an age where, our favorite characters, whether they're pretty known characters or even just created ones, are getting their own games and some of the best on the market. And where there's popularity, there's demand. And where there's demand, there's money. And where there's money, there's no gaming company more ready to risk it all to get those millions than Electronic Arts. Now, it's all common knowledge that EA is one of the most money-hungry gaming companies out there. They've had some pretty shady business mechanics in the past, but to be fair, as of recently, they haven't really been all that bad. Oh, damn. Spoke too soon. But it still doesn't change the fact that in the gaming world, they're one of the big dogs. They still pump out AAA titles regularly and have some of the most ambitious projects under their belt. And that list just grew once again because just this morning, EA took to announce to the world that they're delivering yet another superhero title, being an upcoming Black Panther game. Note that I said another because if y'all remember, aka if y'all are subscribed and have the notifications on, not trying to press you or anything, it's your choice, but Earlier this year, we talked about EA's announcement for a single-player Iron Man game that they're currently working on. So it's obvious that they see the rise in the popularity of this game genre and are capitalizing on some of the biggest known heroes. Now, in this blog post that EA posted, they also introduced their new studio who's going to be responsible for developing the game, Cliffhanger Studios. Now, Cliffhanger is apparently one of EA's newest divisions led by Kevin Stevens, a person who's hands-on with Monolith Productions. I looked up some of Monolith Productions' biggest games and their biggest titles since I wasn't familiar with the studio, and I found that their biggest game was Middle-earth: Shadow War, a game that I've never played before, but apparently is held to high regard, just based on the online reviews. So it's safe to say that if this game is as good as they say, then Kevin Stevens has experience making a decent title, which is good news for this game. The studio is also Seattle based, which really doesn't matter. I just want an excuse to put the picture of their beautiful city. Just look at that skyline. Anyway, EA claims that this studio's current main purpose is to create a single-player original story based on the world and characters of Black Panther. Now, when talking about the game, Kevin Stevens says, "We're dedicated to delivering the fans a definitive and authentic Black Panther experience, giving them more agency and control over their narrative than they ever experienced in a story-driven video game. Wakanda is a rich superhero sandbox, and our mission is to develop an epic world for players who love Black Panther and want to explore the world of Wakanda as much as we do." Now, obviously, no gameplay or footage from the game has been released in any way. I mean, I doubt they even made it that far in production, but just from what we're able to hear right now, the studio sounds ambitious to create a memorable Black Panther experience. And with him saying that you can control the narrative, that makes me hope that we can get actual story decision mechanics, because that'd be dope as hell, especially for a superhero game. But that's about all I can really say about this info, since it's all we really got right now, but I'm definitely looking forward to it, to say the least. Black Panther 2 was probably one of the last MCU movies that I enjoyed in the last few years, so if they can capture a similar type of storyline and keep the characters true to their nature, then even if EA is going to be the one behind this game, I'm all for it. Let's just hope that they don't find a way to incorporate microtransactions, because you and I both know that they have a whole department of people brainstorming ways how to. So that's all we got right now as far as the Black Panther game. Now, of course, we'll just have to keep up to date and see what happens with the game in the future. So what do you guys think about Black Panther, man? Feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, leave a like on the video, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see y'all in the next one.